Hi, I'm David Steele, founder of Relationship Coaching Institute and author of Conscious Dating: How to Find the Love of Your Life in Today's World. And I appreciate you watching this video because there's some important messages I have for you. I'd like to share with you my 5 truths of conscious dating. If I were to distill everything I've learned about being single and finding your soulmate for myself and the people I've trained and the hundreds, thousands of singles that I've worked with, it would come down to these 5 truths. Number 1, you deserve to love and be loved. Most people that are single anyway, one of the big reasons that we're still single is that we don't really believe that. In my life, of course I wanted to love and be loved, and I spent my entire life searching for true love, finding my soulmate, and I really wanted to live happily ever after with my soulmate, but I got in my own way. And looking back on it, it's because I did not really believe that I truly deserved to love and be loved. So this is absolute number 1. And number 2 is you must be ready and available for commitment. And it might sound obvious, but most singles actually, when we're dating and we don't want to be alone, and we, if sex feels good and we want to be with somebody, we want companionship, even though we have our ideal partner that we are seeking, this soulmate that we want to bring into our life, even though we know what that feels like, what it looks like, we want to have that experience, oftentimes we will have a better than nothing relationship. We'll have somebody in our life that's not that person, and it's not the long term for us, that we don't really want to make a lifetime commitment to, but it's better than nothing and we don't want to be alone. So this is one of the hardest things about being single, is staying available, because it can be lonely. So this is where you need to have your support system and your friends. You need to be living your best life. You need to be happy and successful while you're single, and you must be ready and available for commitment. Otherwise, we can't magnetize the person that we really want in our life. We will actually be pushing them away because they won't want to be with us because we're not available and we're not ready. Number 3 is to honor your deepest needs and requirements. Most of us have a list. Most of us know what it is we want in a relationship and what kind of partner we want, and we have an idea of that. However, we have very, very deep core needs and requirements. What are they? And we need to find a partner that lines up with that 100%, that we can truly get our needs met with. I can't tell you how many relationships I've been in where I was meeting their needs, my needs weren't being met. And it's a pattern of my own, a little bit codependent, a little bit because I didn't truly believe I deserve to be loved for who I am. That's my own journey. I needed to learn how to get through that. And you have your own journey as well. You have what interferes with you. And from acknowledging and recognizing your deepest needs and requirements and requiring that they be met in a relationship, really choosing a partner and making that happen in your life. And one of the things that I've really come to when I finished writing the Conscious Dating book, and when I finally met Darlene and we got married and I was reflecting back on that, if I just had, one thing to share with singles, what would it be? What was the most important thing that really helped me get to where I am at that time? And still am. And here it is. I'd rather be single than settle. Why? Because if you settle for less, you get less. We need to be the chooser. We need to go after what we really want. And we need to be willing to stay single rather than settle for less than what we really want. That's probably the most important message in this entire video, in the entire conscious dating journey. It's also, it's one of the hardest. Truth number 4 of conscious dating is be your true self. This is about being truly authentic, being who you are, allowing yourself to shine and to be transparent and to show yourself to the world. And many of us are scared to do that. Many of us are afraid of rejection. We're afraid of being judged. We feel less than or inadequate, or we feel like there's something wrong with us, or there's things that we don't like about ourselves that we imagine that when everybody else looks at us, they see those things. And we don't want them to see those things. We don't want to look at them ourselves. And True self-acceptance, true self-love only happens when you allow yourself to just be who you are. 100%. Tell your truth. Be flawed. Be genuine. Embrace all of yourself, even the parts you don't like. Tell the truth about that to others. And believe it or not, your soulmate is out there. Your soulmate will love you as you are, including your faults, including the things that you don't like about yourself, including the things that embarrass you, including the things that you judge to be not good enough. You absolutely are good enough, going all the way back to truth number 1. You deserve to love and be loved, truly for who you are. So, truth number 4, be your true self. That can be a challenge. It requires focus. It requires conscious effort, because we learn to survive in today's world by hiding, by pretending to be something we're not in order to get the job, in order to get approval, in order to please people. And to be happy, to find the love of your life, we have to embrace and be our true self. Truth number 5, true love requires risk. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. We all have an understandable desire to stay safe. It's built in our DNA. I mean, when we were cavemen, we would, die if we didn't worry about our survival. But we're not cavemen anymore. And yeah, we need to, take a look around while we're walking down the street. We need to make sure we have enough money to pay our bills. However, you are fully capable of taking care of yourself, of paying your bills, of walking down the street, of taking care of yourself in a relationship. And you need to trust that, because if you don't, then you will choose a relationship, you will make safe choices. Safe choices will not allow you to be happy and successful and fulfilled. Taking risks also means that you must be willing to risk being hurt. And most singles that don't date, or they settle for relationships that are not right for them because they don't want to be alone. They don't want to date, they don't want to be single, they don't want to put themselves out there because they don't want to be hurt. So all their choices and where they are in life and where they're going in life is determined by avoiding getting hurt. And if you think about it, you can survive getting hurt. What would you rather have? Stay safe and not getting hurt, but have less than what you really want in your life, maybe even be unhappy? Or go after what you really want in your life, achieve what you want in your life, risk getting hurt, maybe even get hurt? So it's your choice to make. My request to you is to be conscious about that choice. Are you staying home alone because you don't want to risk getting hurt? Are you holding back, saying I love you, or going after that relationship that you really want because you don't want to get hurt? So please ask yourself that question. It's incredibly important, because true love requires taking risks. Once we embrace who we are, what we want in our life, once we are on our journey to go after that, once we truly believe that we can have it, that we can make it happen, and then we're willing to take risks, we're willing to stretch, we're willing to grow, we're willing to get into action and do something about it, then magic happens. And all the things that we fear, they fall away and they don't really happen. But the more we think about it, the more we follow it, the more we make choices because of those things that we fear, then they actually happen. Unconsciously, we make them happen. And you probably heard this phenomenon before. I'm not telling you anything new. But these are our 5 truths of conscious dating. 1, you deserve to love and be loved for who you are. 2, you must be ready and available for commitment if you want to find the love of your life. 3, honor your deepest needs and requirements. That depends upon knowing exactly what they are, and then requires being the chooser, not settling. I'd rather be single than settle. Remember that. Doesn't mean you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. In my own conscious dating journey, when I finally got fed up with 80% relationships, I call it. 80% was okay, the 20% didn't quite work. When I finally got fed up with that, and I decided I'm going to be single, I'd rather be single than settle. Forget it. But I didn't give up. I continued to date. I continued to search. Only then, when I took that strong position, I'd rather be single than settle, did I find my soulmate. I think you can too. So, honor your deepest needs and requirements. Truth number 4, be your true self. Be authentic, be genuine, reveal all, warts and everything, even though it's scary. And number 5, true love requires risk. So my best to you in your journey to find the love of your life and the life that you love.